In the early months of 1.9, a popular creator named G-Boy released a new extreme demon level called Cataclysm. It was described as being harder than anything ever built at the time, and was considered as such by the community. After supposedly spending 80,000 attempts verifying it, the level was released to the servers. Right away, players started attempting it. 3 players in particular managed to beat it, and within the span of a month as well. However, something about each of their gameplays, including their progression videos, felt off. Everything from their attempt count to the way their gameplay looked raised eyebrows across the community. Almost as quick as they were uploaded, each and every completion was soon outed as a hacked replay. Interestingly enough, 2 out of these 3 players soon faded from the spotlight after their brush with Cataclysm. This video is here to explore where these players came from, their experience with the level, and where they are now. These players are Zoro Zet, Blaster Games BG, and Lyra Bandicoot. And this is the story of Cataclysm's first 3 victors. The first player to upload a completion of Cataclysm was Zoro Zet, a Ukrainian player who was beating some of the hardest levels at the time, including Cataclysm, and most notably, Silent Clubstep, a level that was deemed impossible back in 1.9. Zoro said in his first video of the level that beating Cataclysm was his dream, and would make progress on the level at a rapid rate, getting 41% off camera, followed by 42%, then 46%, 49% after that, and finally beating the level on February 12, 2015, having achieved his dream after 1,507 attempts. However, it wouldn't take long for people to notice signs that the video had something wrong with it, from odd cuts to orb pulsing issues and the out-of-sync song. Even the fact that Zoros had taken 1,500 attempts to G-Boy's 80,000. Zoros initially tried to defend himself, saying the odd cuts and desynced song were due to issues with the recording software, but the telltale signs of hacking became impossible to deny, and Zoros eventually edited the video to add hacks in the title. I mentioned earlier how 2 of the 3 players we'll talk about fell into obscurity after their 15 minutes of fame, and Zoros is one of them. After Cataclysm, he continued posting videos of levels he was making, his experiences as a player and creator in 2.0, as well as supposedly legit replays of levels like Ice Carbon Zust. He did manage to gain lots of attention for a while, as his aforementioned Silent Clubstep replay remains his most popular video, and one of the most popular hacked gameplays of all time. However, Zoros would go inactive in 2017 and still hasn't uploaded as of today, though this may not be the end of him, as he recently teased the possibility of a comeback. He has yet to follow through with this, but only time will tell. Now let's talk about Blaster Games BG. Since his original video has been scrubbed from his channel, I'll have to rely on footage from Geometry Dash archived for this segment. Blaster Games BG originally started out by making Minecraft videos on his channel, and didn't upload Geometry Dash until his channel was 10 months old, with his first video being a level called Fatal Way. From then on, he would upload top lists, completion videos, and level showcases. One of these so-called completions was Cataclysm, which had only recently come out at the time. Back in February of 2015, a YouTuber named The Mute Troll uploaded the most famous exposing video of all time, where he exposed one of the most popular players at the time, Nubis, and another more unknown YouTuber by the name of Blaster Games BG. In the video, he explains that by slowing down the game, you could perform inhuman wave movements and fly unnaturally straight due to the slowed speed. This discovery is what ultimately outed Blaster Games' Cataclysm replay as a hacked one. Because his original video has been deleted, I'll use the Mute Troll's video here. Of the three YouTubers I'll talk about, Blaster is the only one who has successfully managed to recover from his hacking incident. After his exposal, he continued posting gameplays and level completions, some of which even got hundreds of thousands of views, and one in particular going on to become the second most viewed video on his channel. He even uploaded an auto version of Cataclysm as a way to poke fun at himself for hacking it previously. Along with this, he's completed levels such as Bloodbath, Colorful Overnight, and Windy Landscape, and even has over 300 demons under his belt. However, one of them especially stands out.
No puede ser. No puede ser. No puede ser. No puede ser. No puede ser.
On New Year's Eve 2020, Blaster finally completed Cataclysm legitimately, accomplishing what he couldn't do 5 years ago, much to the delight of everyone. To date, he is the only player in this video who successfully managed to rebeat the level legitimately. These days, Blaster has put his hacking days behind him, and has carved out a name for himself in the decades since, even having a part in levels like I Want a Platformer list. Few remember when the mute troll exposed him, and he's gone on to rise above the controversy and turn over a new leaf. He no longer hacks levels, and will most likely only continue to grow from here. Last but not least, we have Lyra Bandicoot, who is arguably the most famous hacked Cataclysm completion of all time, and one of the most famous hacked completions, period. Not only was this the first high-quality completion of Cataclysm on YouTube, but it was also one of the earliest examples of the long dramatic intros that have become a staple of Extreme Demon completion videos over the years. To understand how we got here, we need to rewind a bit. Like Blaster before him, Lyra didn't start out playing GD on his channel. Unlike Blaster, however, it only took 3 videos for him to start uploading it, with his first video on it also being the most popular video he would ever upload on his channel. Once the video was uploaded, it found success almost immediately. As I mentioned earlier, it was the first high-quality Cataclysm completion on YouTube. However, within a few days of its upload, there were already suspicions of it being hacked. The orb pulsing issues I mentioned earlier with Zoros' video were a big part of it, as was the overly straight flying that was a point against Blaster's video. Even well-known GD YouTubers, like Alex Payne and Benjamaster7, noticed the inconsistencies. Eventually, Lyra would grow tired of the debating over whether or not it was fake, and edited the description to confess what everyone already knew. The level had been hacked, supposedly so that there would be a full completion to inspire the community and give them the motivation to beat the level. When it comes to players who fell from grace after their 15 minutes were up, Lyra is a unique case. After Cataclysm, they posted videos of levels such as Hyper Fantasy, Chaos Airflow, and Supersonic, but all of these replays were outed as hacked as well. He continues to hack levels, and ultimately seems to not show much care about this situation. He's gone down in history as one of the worst hackers ever, with his obviously hacked replays and frequent denials when he was still trying to maintain a facade of legitimacy. He once claimed that he would delete all of his hacked replays except for Cataclysm, but this never came to fruition. Overall, Lyra Bandicoot has gone on to become a somewhat forgotten player of the game, and Cataclysm remains their only significant mark on the game's history. Over the years, Cataclysm has received its share of legitimate completions. The players you see on screen are the ones who actually managed to push the skill limit and beat the level legitimately. Every single one of these players inspired others to attempt the level for themselves, so much so that even after an update, the level still sits at over 100 victors. However, we mustn't forget the place that each of these 3 players have in all this. They may have hacked, but their videos are a part of this level's rich history all the same. A relic of an era when people assumed a level like this was impossible. Were it not for them, others wouldn't have been inspired to beat the level legitimately, and history would most certainly be different. We can celebrate legit completions all the same, but that doesn't mean we can erase the impact these 3 videos had on the community as we know it. Players like Zoro Z and Lyra Bandicoot may be largely forgotten now, but the impact their videos had on this community is something that will never be forgotten. Thanks for watching.